Hey guys, Sim Captain White here, your virtual aviation aviator, and I am in the 777-200 by Flight Factor, the American livery at KRDU, Raleigh-Durham International, and I've got a flight set up to London Heathrow. And so let's get this flight on the road. So there's I tell you, this aircraft is just so incredible. I can see the tail fins of the Southwest fleet over there. And like there are some Delta, Spirit, and American livery. Let's see, one, yeah. So anyway, I digress already. Let's get started. All right, hitting buttons and nothing's happening. There we go. So that puts us in the cockpit. And the first thing I want to do is, well, let me preface this. With an aircraft that I'm not that familiar with, I generally talk about every little thing I do because it helps reinforce what I'm doing, helps keep my thinking on track, and so it is what it is. Okay, so we're going to turn the batteries on and hop into that ground power. And I got 2 GPU units, which is why I've got 2 buttons here. I got primary and secondary. This is such a big plane with so many systems, it sucks up a lot of resources. Now, as far as time goes, I've got the aircraft set to double the time that it would take in real life, which means if something take an hour in real life to get the plane ready, then it's going to take 30 minutes in this video. Okay, so let's get the RDUs on, and let's go ahead and turn the IFE/pass seats on. Cabin utility can come on. Actually, what we're going to do is pretty much turn everything on except our hydraulics. That's still part of the plane waking up, that noise you just heard. And make sure that you can hear all the noises. Yep, looks like, well, hopefully you can. All right, emergency lights are armed. When the heat can come on, gonna skip hydraulics because I got too many people out there, and if I engage the hydraulics and stuff start to move, then somebody could get hurt. So that's generally why we don't want to mess with hydraulics right now. All right, no smoking can come on, and I'm just following my flow. As you can see, overhead circuit breakers, dome light. Gonna just go ahead and test these dome lights. They look okay. And come on here, cargo fire. Looks good. And engine, normal, auto start is engaged. Fuel jettisons not applicable. Turn our fuel on. And I think I'm gonna have fuel in my center tank. So let me check and see. No, I don't see any fuel in my center, but I think once I call for fuel, I'm gonna wind up with fuel in the center tank. And go on up here, forward cargo AC. I don't have any pets. I guess I'll turn that over. Might be some pets on board. And they would go in the forward cargo. Keep them somewhat comfortable. Okay, air conditioner and gas spray. The gas spray is the little thing that blow air directly down on us. Circulating fans can come on. Packs and trim can come on for both sides. And bleed air can open all of our bleed air, including our APU, and the pressurization looks good. And anti-ice is not an issue. Nav lights can come on. Right, good stuff. I don't know how I missed nav lights and beacon lights when I was coming down that row. Must have got to fuel and jump, because I don't even recall mess with any ice. Okay, so what's next? We need to go down here and make sure that our crews are ready. It's called a purser.
Nice to hear you, sir. This is the chief purser.
Okay, the purser is good to go. Make sure that we got the ground crew good to go.
Good day, sir.
Yep, they're good to go. Okay, so we need to get some equipment. Now, I could go to the tablet to get it, but as long as I'm here, then I might as well get what I want. Let's get our laboratory stuff situated.
What can I bring you?
Laboratory service.
Let's get the
Anything
laboratory
else?
service. Yes, there are other stuff that I want.
Yes, sure.
I want the forward loader. I
Anything
want
else?
the aft loader.
Can I help you with anything else?
Oh.
Yes. I wouldn't say no.
I want fuel left.
Any other
I want
requests?
catering service.
Yes, sure.
And might as well bring
Any
out
other
the water.
requests?
And yes,
Yes, sure.
and I want to go and get fuel on the right side.
Can I help you with anything else?
I think that's going to be all.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Yes, sir. All right. Brown is calling me, I think.
Did you want something?
Captain, there is an issue that needs fixing.
What did you find?
I think it's time to do the labs.
Okay, I
Should
did.
we fix it?
Or do you want to fly like this?
I did call for labs. How long? Yeah, let's fix it.
Of course.
And since they were already working on it,
I am listening.
We
We have completed the maintenance task.
yeah, I know you did. Okay, so I'd already had somebody working on it. Duh. All right, so yeah, we got everybody out there, and we can see who we don't have out there should be falling from the sky. Why do I have steps out there? Let's get rid of these steps. Go to the tablet for the steps. And simulation. Sometimes it remember the last equipment ground configure. See, it's a ground configuration that I want. Cabin no. It's ground operations. That's what I'm looking for. And connect via gate and draw gate. I don't need their gate. I got my own. I like X-Plane's gate right now. So yeah, so we'll go with that. And get the airport. Okay. Raleigh-Durham. And for that, and waiting on our deals, but we should show up right here at D20. Okay. So, sweet. All right. Now, let's go back. Performance, we will get to that calculator eventually. external services, we got information in SimBrief, so we'll get that and bring it into our tablet. And let's see, briefing. Okay, let's do our charts log on. All right. And for some reason, the aircraft does not remember my chart login. And actually, we're gonna go ahead and connect to Hoppy. And yes, I got Hoppy credentials. I don't. Yeah. Okay. And yeah. So where were we? And yeah. So now I can go back. I can go back and let's see, where are we? Let's see. Back in simulation. All right. So let's look outside and see what stuff look like. I see my loaders. Oh man, I don't see still missing some baggage stuff, some equipment. So I am gonna go to airplane this time and see if I can't see that equipment that I'm missing, which would be, I did call for a water truck. I don't see it out there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and call for it again.
We need some equipment connected.
What can I bring you?
Non-potable water.
And
Yes.
well, we're down with the lav. I can maybe down with the water too, but get rid of the lav. I know we're down with that. All right, next. And transport's what I'm looking for. That I did get, that I meant to get. All right, so once that show up, we should be able to load the cargo. Speaking of load, let's get the loading process started because it's gonna take a while. All right, so let's go back and menu, airplane, weight, balance, and let's use simplified loading from SimBrief. That otherwise I would have to go in and tell the aircraft how many first class I got, how many business class, and I just assume let SimBrief, the airplane, figure that out itself because this is a simulation. So yeah, so we just do simplified here and fill from SimBrief. You'll see these two numbers change. And I'm gonna need 12.3 pounds of 1,000 pounds of fuel, 12,300 pounds of fuel. 122,000.8 pounds of fuel. That's a lot of fuel. That's a lot of fuel. And probably more than I've used in a lifetime. Anyway, let's go to our loading page and let's let them go ahead and start loading. Go ahead and start loading the catering.
The
Yeah,
aircraft is
freaking
ready for
hate
catering
it,
service
so-
to be performed.
Undoubtedly.
Okay, let's get the fuel.
You may fuel now.
We are fueling you, sir.
Yeah, I only got 40,000 pounds on board, and I need 122.8 thousand pounds. So yeah, and go ahead and get the cargo started.
Loading process now.
Rod,
And yeah, so with that, I've got these services. Still don't see oh yeah, I see the water truck and the lav truck. They up under there. There's let's see, Yeah, here they are. They're up under there. And I guess we can go ahead and start the passengers to load. The cargo, the catering, would be the last thing to finish up. I don't know why it takes the catering so long, but it does. All right,
Starting to board.
so we're getting our boarding on. Let's get our flight plan in and situated. Okay. And positive, we're at KRDU. Clear. KRDU. Reference airport. Right. And 52.5, 52.7. Yep. So I'm happy enough that that looks good. And let's get our route in. Let's see. Now, KRDU, and I'm going to London Heathrow, which is Elko Lima, Golf. No, that's not right. Clear. Elko Golf, Lima. That looks better. And this is going to be the first flight plan of the day for this route. So let's stick that in. And there we go. I'm going, and I'm American. Now, this is a real world flight, actually, that I'm taking this from. The 777-300 flies out of Raleigh-Durham to London. So yeah, this is a real world flight, even though I'm flying a smaller variant of the 777. Let's see, that would be Kilo. That's wrong. American AAL, Alpha Lima. And it's flight 174 from London to Heathrow, and flight 175 from Heathrow to London. And I think that's a daily flight. Yep. Okay. So page 1 through 7 was page 1, and I think it does have I think it did capture, yeah, the Bexco 5 with the boozy transition. Should be correct. And then direct, and it's a lot of directs here. Next page, yeah. Well, there's some skyways. Some. I want to say Victor waves, but these are Quebec skyways. So yeah. But direct, and there are my directs that I was expecting to see. And yeah, by this time I should be on the other side of the pond. And then I'm gonna do the Siri 1 Hotel arrival, and we will pick a route. Well, let's go ahead and pick the arrival runway now. So we doing the Siri. Oh, okay. We already got an arrival runway. It's runway 27 left. Yeah, so yeah, looks like we got maybe a complete flight plan. All right, let's make sure that we don't have any discontinuities. I'm gonna take the discontinuities out because I'm not using ATC. And that was one of them. And let's take this one out too. And activate. All right. go ahead and have him look at the legs page. And I'm gonna set this to plan and kind of step through our plan right quick. Make sure that I don't see anything that look really crazy. Let me set this to 40 miles. All right. And step. Okay. Yeah, I called him back. All right, looking good. What I'm not seeing is any alternates, but that's cool. All right, so we'll go ahead and accept that. Go back to map mode, and let's go and see what they wanted. Okay, so that would have been ground.
Refueling is complete.
Roger that.
Appreciated.
That's ground also.
Sir, we are done with the loading process.
Thank you.
Much appreciated.
So that's 2 out of 4 services complete, refueling and ground. So let's get rid of some stuff.
I am here. I am here.
Please connect the right side.
Gladly.
I wanted him to do the left side too, but he hung up on me before I could tell him.
Listening. Yes, sir.
Please connect the left port.
Yes, of course.
And he said fuel was done.
How can I help you?
Page 2. So, cargo, he said fuel and cargo is loaded, right? So I can get rid of the cargo stuff.
How can I help you?
Please connect the transporter.
Very well, sir.
Okay, so that should be. I should have. I still got the what is this? Either the water or the lav truck. Need to get rid of. Catering is still going on, and passengers are still loading. I said I had my own gate, so let's go ahead and make sure that's connected. It doesn't do it automatically because Flight Factor, the aircraft, consider it third party. And I'm going to leave this open until I get rid of it, unless it become a distraction. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this water truck.
How can I help you?
Water truck. Oh, that's the lav truck.
Listening.
Laboratory service.
Roger.
Okay, good stuff. And yeah, we were still working on our flight plan. Right, so we got our plan, so let's configure the aircraft. Route data. And that was 909. Let's go to initiation. And let's see, we won't get our weights until we finish loading, but we do know some stuff we can get. So I'm gonna go to my Sembry flight plan and take a look's peek of what.
Note the load sheet.
Okay, got my load sheet. Good stuff. And somebody's calling me. Probably let me know that the passengers are all loaded. Actually, that looked like that was, that was Purser. Call her back.
Line.
Sir, we are done with the
Boarding
boarding
process.
Thank you very much.
And you get rid of the jetway now. And I can get rid of this guy. All right. And so the next people I'm going to talk to would be whoever's going to be responsible. I think that's going to be the purser too. That's going to tell me that catering is done. Might be, yeah, I think that's the purser. But yeah, okay, so let's continue work on this flight plan. We know I found a cruising altitude. It's going to be flight level 2390. Put that in there. We can see our call side index is 67. I got that hard coded. I should change it. Let Sembry figure that out. And we got our sheet. So I'm gonna pop this out just to make things a little bit more convenient. And let's see. And put a sheet here. Pop around. All right. So our zero fuel weight is 396.7. You could be having a tough time seeing that 396.7, and that's going to calculate my gross weight. Okay. And it also knows how much fuel I have on board, and that's consistent. 122.8 is what my block fuel should be, and I'm seeing 122.9. I'm happy. All right, my fuel reserves are gonna be 13,005, 13.5. All right, sweet. All right, so now we can do our thrust limits. We're leaving RDU and 5 right is, we can do, if we didn't derate, we'd use 105%, close to 106% thrust to get out of here. And if I derated to 10%, I'm gonna use 100%, or 99.9% of thrust. And with the load that I got, I can use a thrust rating of 93.2 to get out. So yeah, we're using 93.2, because let's see, we got 10,000 feet of runway. I'm gonna go back and use the 10%. This is not one of those airports where they sit super sensitive with noise, but we do want to be good stewards. All right. And 15% flaps is what we want to set for takeoff. And before we do that, we want to get before we do that, what is that? Before we do that, and that would be putting in our VREFs, we want to get our winds. So I need to turn on our radios, and I'm gonna go to COM2, which is already set up, and I got a radio stack that I'm gonna use. And unfortunately, it don't show me slipping channels. I mean, making changes. 130, 123 123.8 is what I'm looking for, but it should pop in.
05 right.
Departing
Departing
runway
runway
05 left, 05 right. Advise initial contact in place uniform.
Uniform. All right, let's get the winds and temperatures.
Direct international in place uniform.
Altimeter.
145.
Dulu. Then 130 degrees south angle knots. Visibility more than 10 miles. Sky conditions still at 25 now. Temperature 27. Dew point 10. Altimeter 3013. Arrive runway 05 left.
05 right.
3013.
05
Left. Direct right. Advise initial contact. Invitation.
And then pop this. Let's say. Now, if I don't do this now, then when I get ready to talk, find myself on the wrong mic. So let's do that now. And not that I'm gonna be talking, said I don't have ATC. All right. And yeah, so let's see, what do we got here? We got 3013. Let's go ahead and get that in. And if my next page we used was 130 at 9. Okay, and outside reference, the temperature was 27, so we'll use 39 for outside reference. We won't. We just want. Well, let's say we'll use 39. Clear. And what that probably would do is reduce my thrust, maybe even more. Let's say thrust rate. Okay, I don't see any changes. Our center of gravity is 23.3. That's with the zero fuel weight, 23.3. Actually, in this case, we just want the 23. We drop the what's afterwards. All right, so we set trim up 6, and yeah, and our takeoff weight is gonna be 518.9. Anticipated takeoff weight. Right, good stuff. And let's put these, let's select these. And I can check them by I could actually go into the tablet here and into the performance and check against this stuff. Airport search is KRDU. I wish it would remember from other places. I put it in here, but thrust reduction is going to be twice. Take off 1 thrust. So yeah, I thought I did thrust reduction. Okay, it's 10. While I was thinking I did twice. All right, so let's change this to 1 runways 5 right. Was it 5 left? I think it might have been 5 left. I need to check. Pretty sure it was 5 left. Even though in real life, 5 left. Maybe, I know that it's been being closed a lot in real life. 5 left, yep. Runway 5 left. And some temperature method. If I had put, if I was derating with an assumed temp, then I would put that there, but I actually did. And actually on takeoff, page 2, I think I should have the actual temperature in there, which is 27. Reference outside temp. Takeoff speeds deleted, as you would guess. Figured that would happen. Reference. All right, so here, I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna leave them like that for the time being. See what I get down here, because I might want to change them. So let me turn it off so I can change it. Okay, intersection takeoff, non-flaps config, 15. Condition, runway is dry, anti-ice is off. Winds were 130 at 9. Outside air temperature is 27. And altimeter is 30.13. Okay, takeoff weight is 518.9. 518,900. Center of gravity is 23%. Actually, it's 23.3, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the 0.3 in. And now calculate it here, and I get 141, 141, and 149. And they're actually close enough. I can actually, the point of no return is gonna be at 135, and I'm gonna rotate at 141, so yeah. And then they are close enough that you're not going to worry about it. Okay, takeoff speed, and I think they're in there because, yeah, they're in there. All right, so clear this message, clear that message. The invalid entry message is in there 1,000 times. Okay, all right. And we are good on that. So that was takeoff. We've done our initial ref. So yeah, should be ready for pushback. Not sure I got a call about the catering being loaded. So let me check on that. Menu, video, airplane, ground services. It's not ground service, it's load that I'm looking for. Airplane, waiting back, we're loading service. And yeah, I guess I just missed the call. All right, so everything else loaded. Usually I thought it might have been loaded because I shouldn't have got a load sheet until everything was loaded. All right, so sweet. I just didn't hear it. If I did, I missed it. Anyway, it is what it is. So yeah. And we got them on legs, nothing to execute. First officer agrees. We got VNAVs info. Yep, got VNAV. Mm-hmm. Yep. Page 1, there we go. And yeah, and let's see. And we're gonna descend and let VNAV manage our ascent and descent. Okay, let's optimize our center of gravity. Okay, and yeah, looking good, looking good. All right, so finish with that. Now we call for pushback. Provided we got our plane situated. Okay, let's make sure we got all this equipment removed. So I'm gonna go down in here, call ground. Well, first, since I'm on person, tell her to close all these doors. Next page. Close all these doors.
Close doors.
Sure thing.
Okay. And let me go to the ground crew.
Yes, sir.
And I can have them remove all of the other
How can
equipment
I help you?
at one time.
Disconnect from shop.
And watch this. He's
Sure I can.
hung up on me. I know he was.
Listening?
Okay, I'm talking. All right. So what I want him to do, I want him to remove all the equipment. I want him to close all my hatches
Ground equipment.
and get
You
rid
need
of.
to have a source
Some
of
power
power
running.
running.
Thank you.
Close all hatches. We are ready to pressurize. Clear all personnel, please.
No problem. All clear.
All right. Yeah.
Not before ground equipment is removed.
All right. Yeah. My bad. I knew that. Okay. So, how many times have you guys been on ground and switch off your ground thinking that you had your APU running and everything just went dead? If you're a flight simmer, then and unless you go through that checklist meticulously every time, I'm sure that happens to you. I have happened to you, put it that way. All right, so let's put this on engine. It is on engine. And wait on that that APU to APU running. Okay, good stuff. And let's go ahead and now we can get rid of all that stuff that we wanted him to do. All right, so
Listening?
I'll remove all the equipment and close the ground.
Gladly.
Oh, my hatches.
Please close all hatches and remove all personnel. We are ready to pressurize the hydraulics.
Pressurize, sir.
Let me make sure that personnel is removed, and they are. Happy. All right, now I can call for pushback. Okay. And
Ground to cockpit, where do you want us to put you?
pick me right here.
Ground to cockpit, the tow's driving up now.
So I mapped the key. If any of you guys are wondering how I got pushback so quick. But unlike the Zebo, I want to turn this off here. Let me look at my frame rates because things are feeling mighty slow. 3. That's not gonna do it. My golly. All right. That's not gonna work for me. And honestly, I just did a flight with the Zebo today from San Francisco to Denver, and I never dropped below 30 frames. So I thought whatever's going on was resolved. I'm waiting on my frames to come back. so I can go here, and I know if I drop traffic global, I pick up a few frames. But usually when that happens, when I start getting this behavior, I can assure you I'm not going to finish a flight because the sim is going to crash before the flight ends. But that's okay. I'm going to keep going until I get in the cruise. Okay, so now that I've gotten rid of this, I'm expecting my frames to come back. And look at that, look at the, my Lord, they're not coming back. So I thought it was, I'm not gonna mention the program, the plug-in that I thought it was that I shouldn't be running, that I thought was gonna resolve this. Now, when the frames do come back, if they come back, the program is gonna act like it's trying to catch up with all the time that it lost, and everything's gonna run super fast until it normalizes, and then it's gonna repeat this over and over. The other thing that I've known to maybe chew up my frames is my sim haptic program. Let me take that out just in case. I'm not using it anyway. Brown Helmet, sim haptic. Yeah, let's uncheck that. Okay, so that's not running. No return of frames. Changing the view is not really helping. Well, I'm up to 21, 28, 34, 35, and
All doors and hatches are closed. We're connecting now.
Yeah, I may not even be able to taxi, guys. But I'm convinced that it's some plug-in, or I think, to be honest with you, I think it has something to do with scenery. Because if I run this on my backup,
Touch connected and bypass pins inserted. Release the brakes.
then a lot of times I don't have this problem. Okay, so you hit 4. Leave that off. Release the brakes.
Okay, push is commencing. Go ahead and start the engines.
Start engines.
Hugo, best of luck on your trip.
I get these guys on. E. Wait till those faults go away. 46 frames. 56 frames. Okay.
Operations complete. Set the brakes.
Set brake.
Stand by. We're disconnecting the tow now.
All right, standing by. And let's look at our overhead. Still got faults on hydraulics. Okay, let's go ahead and start number 2. barrel set disagree, and let me set the barrels across the board. Go. Set TCAS, set the,
Just disconnected and bypass pin removed. Signals on the right. We'll see you.
go ahead and put in a spark code on them. It's wherever it stops. All right. And set this to there, to altitude, the equivalent altitude reporting. All right, let's look for my pen. I see my pen, give him a thumbs up, and turn on our taxi lights, and we are out of here almost. What? Oh, you know what? I'm motoring the engine. Say, I'm not sure. Say, yeah, I am motoring. Yep, motoring that right engine. You see why sometimes this can be a two-person job. So, there we go. Cut that engine. I'm about to taxi, and I got one engine just motoring, which means it's turning, but no fuel is being added to it. Okay. And, oh man, the cutout on that was pretty quick after all that motoring. All right, start number one. And technically, I should have been monitoring the engines. If you think about what they cost, to have somebody start them and not look at, run the risk of damaging them because they're not paying any attention. No. You got to go. All right. 28. Hey, let's go ahead and add some fuel. 31, they should come alive. 32 maybe. Well, maybe around 34 with these engines. Should. Park brake set, APU running, cabin cold, no smoking sign is on, doors are manual, so I need to have set those to automatic. Go ahead and have her do that. Hey. See.
Set.
All
It
doors
was
are
automatic.
Okay. All right. Doors auto. Passenger signs can come on. And look at the overhead. Still doing okay on frames. I know that can be, if you guys can see the frames counter, and you can, I know that can be distracting. Actually, I can set this up where you can't see it. And I can still see it. All right, let's get rid of that. Okay, so I can see the frame counter, but you guys can't. So I keep you guys abreast of what's going on. All right, let's turn the APU off. Should be relatively easy to do. And passenger signs are on, doors are auto, parking brake is set, cabin cold. And let's welcome these guys aboard. And first, let's finish her spiel. And TA call.
Ladies and gentlemen.
All right. And somebody's she's calling me, and I'm talking. Hey, finish. Let's see. Cabin intercom. Sir.
Listening.
I was trying to. Hey, I hit the wrong button. In call. And that's the one I want.
Set.
We have completed
Take
loading
it.
the catering.
Entering.
Much appreciated.
Now you're telling me? Okay, that's the call I was looking for. That's the call I was looking for, but I did manually check and catering had completed. So, yeah. All right. In call. And let's go to, let's set my to, come on. Set mic to VR. Yeah, set mic there. And turn our taxi lights on. That's not taxi light. Let's see the taxi runway. Okay, it's these lights here. I'm gonna turn them all on. I have to think about them. All right, brakes. Disconnect our brakes and get our taxi on. We are loaded, locked, and loaded, and ready to roll. Breakaway thrust here. And if they want to look at my door behind me. Okay, yeah, we good.
Feel.
Cleared right.
5 left, it's right here, so really short taxi.
Approaching bar left.
Now, the nose gear wheel is actually behind me. It's back where the passenger door is. So
Cleared right.
that's why I get to pull this guy so far ahead before I make these turns. Okay. And you can see by doing so, you can see let's see, let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so here's the door here, and here's the nose wheel gear, and I'm way up here. So yeah. Now, all right. And I am clear for takeoff. All right, frames. Seeing 22 frames, 27, 28. Look down here, 30. Okay, yeah, clear for takeoff. Okay, so I need to go down here and do something anyway. Set this to TA, RA. Okay, and set my landing lights on. Strobe lights. And let's put it on, take the runway. Look like it's getting dark at Raleigh-Durham. And this is the issue I've had 8 frames, 4 frames. I'm back down to 4 frames. Okay. I got the brake held close. And I'm gonna share the frame counter with you guys, cause Yeah. All right. So, what can I do? What can I do in the troubleshooting arena? Let's do this. Let's look outside. Let's look at this. Shouldn't take very much to draw that. And looks like I'm coming back up to speed, I hope. 29, 25, 36, 37. All right, so we'll go ahead and hopefully we can take off before it act up again. All right, so let's go ahead and it's like a buffer fill up and it's not clearing that buffer. That's what it feels
Approach
like.
bar left.
Okay, remember that nose gear is way behind me.
Clear left. Clear the right.
So, yeah,
Right bar left.
check. Right, and we did put our flaps in. Shame on us. Flaps is not working. Oh. Something that right, but what we need flaps 15. Okay. Flaps 15 is set. And it's supposed to turn green, I guess not. Okay. Throttle can come on. L now can come on. B now can come on. And L nav and B nav is not engaged. That's because my flight directives are not on. Let's get those on. Okay, there we go. L nav and V nav are on. All right. And start clock. All right, clock started. Take off. Thrust is set. Eighty knots. One, no return, rotate, positive rate,
3,000 feet remaining.
get up. Your button on that Bravo is not working, so let's find it, get up. Flaps up. And autopilot on. All right, V nav is handling my vertical, and L now is handling the horizontal or the lateral. So right now I'm monitoring and I want to stay below 250. My VNAV max speed is 245. At least that's where I'm trying to climb up to. Speed up to. And my top of altitude is 10,000. Now, we did use step climb, so what that means is the well, looks like I don't see the step climb in here. It's like I'm going directly up to 37,000 feet. And then next page. And then I'll be at my cruise altitude at Shogun. So yeah, it looked like going straight up to cruise. So the aircraft didn't see the need to enforce step climb, but if I had a bunch of fuel in all those tanks, then I would think it would enforce. Now I'm just guessing, I don't know. I'm thinking that it would enforce a step climb, which, so I could burn off fuel, which reduces weight as I climb. But right now, we're just gonna go with VNAV. 40 frames a second. Let's get rid of that again. But I can almost assure you that this flight will probably either go drill back down to 1, 2, 3 frames a second, or I get a crashed desktop. Usually I get one or the other whenever it starts misbehaving like this. And I honestly think it might have something to do with one of my scenery, which means I run a lot of ortho, and I know that I run ortho at RDU. So what we're looking at below ought to be ortho. Okay, 10,000 feet. Get my lights off. And shame on me. See what happens when you don't follow a checklist. I never did turn on my beacon. Okay, so I've reached that 10,000 feet, and let's just take this straight on up to cruise. So I still got VNAV flight level, and then back to VNAV, see if it. Right, so let's come down here and look and see. Now I'm at an Army, which I should be above 2,500 feet. And by my next waypoint, Bexco, looks like I want to be somewhere around 20,700 feet. What am I doing? Okay. So I want to zoom out. Yep, so I am climbing now. So, yeah. All right. And this up to, let's take out seatbelt sign, auto, let service in the back begin. And 30, what was our flight level? 39. All right, good stuff. All right. So this is how you fly the 777. The 777. And I used to think that this was over dramatized, but it's not. You know, in real life, you do see that. Given certain atmospheric conditions. Now, I am curious. All right. So right now, I don't have active sky running. I think I should be flying real world weather. And shoot, look at that. I am not even flying real world weather. Shame on me. My bad. All right, so we'll change that, fix that right now. And remember, X-Plane 11 and stuff would change instantly? Well, not so much in this sim. Okay. So, real world weather now. Let's listen to, see if we're still within ADA's range of RDU. Come to.
Map 0.
Right. Departing runway
80.
0.
0.
Right. Advise
Additional contact information.
Zulu.
Australia information. Human 22 hertz. Blue. And 100.
Degrees at 7 knots. Visibility
410 miles. Sky condition
at
15,500.
At 20,500. Temperature
27.
27.
Dew point 10. Altimeter reach 2.2.
Arriving runway
Set.
05 left.
0.
05
Right. Depart
runway
update 0. 5 left. 0.
05 right.
Advise
Advise
official
official contact. You have
information.
information Zulu.
Pretty close, 012, and we was at 013.
Polygram
International information Zulu.
Yeah, if I-
2230 Zulu.
And
Wind
102
degrees at 7 knots. Visibility
410 miles. Sky condition about 15.
All right, I can go to standard pretty much now anyway.
500. Temperature 27.
Dew point 10. Altimeter reach 0.2. Line runway 0. 5 left. 0.
Right.
Departing runway 0. 5 left. 0. Right. Advise official
Contact. You have
information. Zulu.
All right, thought I turned that off.
2230 Zulu. Wind
Right.
10.
Okay. So at big scope, 19.8, so they adjusted it and so that we can hit our target. And yeah, that we changed the standard, so that's gonna throw stuff off a little. I don't think I'm not sure the flight computer is adjusting for standard over 18,000 feet. But yeah, this is how you fly the 777. Of course, in real life, it'd be a lot more monitoring, you know, a lot more stuff going on, you know, checking these synapses and maybe 3 or 4 pages of synopsis to look at once you get to this point. Say, what does that say? Display control, ECAS, event record, a record. Yeah, so stuff, some buttons under there that I can't really get to. But yeah, and of course, the point is, just because I'm airborne, that means that my job is done. maybe a little bit more than just looking at, look a little bit more than just looking at these gauges. And, you know, if somebody in the cabin say, hey, it's cold back here, it's too hot back here, you know, I can look and see what the temperatures are and adjust accordingly. If one person's cold, then that can make another person making one person comfortable could make another person not comfortable. So we try to, use average temperatures that people use. All right. And what's next? We've got, did we look at fuel? Just looking for fuel synopsis and fuel tanks are balanced. And I can see exactly how much fuel I got in each tank. And it's that 57,000 pounds in each tank and 9 in the center. So, and that goes back to what I was saying. If my left and right mains were full and my center was full, then I think it would enforce to cross the step climb, because the aircraft would have a really hard time climbing up the cruise with all that fuel weight. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe they do step climbs even with the weight that I have on board. Let's see. All right. And what else do I have? Of course, when ATC step you up, if I'm departing and ATC clear me to say 10,000, and before I can get to 8,000, they clear me to 15,000, and before I could get to 15,000, before I can even get to 13,000, they clear me to 18,000. That's not really a step climb, even though they're giving you climbs in steps. Oh, that makes sense. So I am here at Bugsy, and my top of climb should be coming up. How many mile look ahead do I have? 80, roughly in about 75 nautical miles. I'm already at 374 knots over the ground. 375 now. Yeah, so we are getting on to where we are going. All right, frame rate looked pretty good. It's wonderful that ortho. I'm thinking, and that's killing my frame rates. I think maybe it may even be some of the libraries, I'm thinking, that accompany some of the stuff in my ortho in custom scenery. I've pretty much have ruled out other than Traffic Global and Sim Hafted occasionally eating up some frames. Pretty much have ruled out plugins being the primary culprit for my dropping down these frames. In fact, I had Traffic Global chewing up 8 or 9 frames on the way from San Francisco to Denver, and I was still getting 60 X frames per second. All right. So look like we got 10,000 feet to go to top of climb. All right. And we're on the 17 minutes in the flight. It's amazing how quickly time goes by when you're simming. And I say that to say that, you know, it's hard to say, well, I'm going to sit down here and talk, just sit down here for 17 minutes. And yeah, okay. So I was looking at my synoptic pages there. Okay, I was looking at air. Check my doors. Doors look good. Gear is up. Flight controls. Too late for that. Checklist. I'm gonna skip cons. Altitude request. Okay, so this is apparently, I was gonna lie. I was gonna say this is apparently CPDLC. PDC. I can't even remember what it stands for. Pilot CPD. Wow, it's amazing how I can always tell people I'm not a test taker because I can know things, I just can't. Oh man, I still got flaps in. Flaps up. Let's get these flaps all the way up. And what that has an effect doing is having me burn more fuel than I should have burned, having those flaps in. But anyway, what I was about to say is that I thought this was a way to get text information, and it still might be ATC, altitude requests, route requests. Still may be a CP. You guys help me out. Shucks, I gotta look it up. And I know what that stands for. That's the sad part. At least I just can't think of. CPD LC? Can't even think. Control Pilot Data Link Communications. And it is LC. I was so not sure whether it was LC. And Control Pilot Data Link Communications. So when I tried to remember controller pilot data, CPD, and then link communications, to try to memorize that again by thinking controller pilot, okay, CP, data, controller pilot data, link communications, okay, CPDLC. All right, we got it. See, if you guys got to see the difference between you and I, you can come back next week and I can say, what does CPDLC stand for? And you guys can probably tell me. And again, I'll be, it's on the tip of my tongue. Okay. Now, where were we? All right. Anyway, that's what this looked like it might be, but I'm not sure. ATC ought to be CPDLC, and then the rest of it might be ACARS. ACARS is, shucks. Can't believe I can't remember what that is called. ACARS, I have to look that up. And that feel like it's on the tip of my tongue. Aircraft communication, aircraft communications addressing and reporting system. I am not going to try to promise I can remember what that is, but I want to be able to say, yeah, ACAR, you know, if I studied this and then get tested on it and I can't recall it, it's like not knowing it. So I guess I don't know it. I feel like sometimes that makes me feel like I'm almost incapable of learning it. Because if you learn something, you should be able to recall it. Now, what I can learn is how to find it. All right. So, where are we? All right. So that was, so ACARS, and ACARS is generally when you're talking to your company or, you know, they, and they tend to record stuff. Yeah. And then the ATC communications is usually a CPDLC, CP, controller pilot, data, reporting, no, link communications, I don't know. Anyway. So yeah, exit that menu and let's see what's out here for next. And that was the last but not least would be NAVs. And we are flying by the flight director. And yeah, so that goes without saying. Okay, then turn everything off. Don't need it. All right. So have we made our turn over the ocean? I don't think. Generally, we don't get over the ocean that quickly. But that is not water below me. That is land. Okay. And so, given that there is still another 6, maybe 8 hours of flight time, let's see, let me look how long of air time. Okay, this flight is 7 hours. And so for 25 minutes has elapsed. So we still got 6.5 hours of flying to go. So I am going to end the video here, and it's doubtful that I will show you a landing into Heathrow. But if the aircraft does not, well, let's see, what time is it in real life here? It's 20 minutes to 7, 10 minutes to 7. And yeah, I'll be in bed. So there's no way it's gonna finish this flight, even if I set it to pause on descent. I don't want to just sit here, pause all night long, because it should get in the Heathrow maybe about 10. You know what I could do? I could do the time warp thing and try to, warp through a lot of these waypoints. Let's see, Alt T. Get in the right screen here. Okay, Alt T. So that's 2 times ground speed, 4 times ground speed. And almost at cruise. So that get me at cruise. Let me get level to avoid oscillations. Yeah, so even now at 4 times ground speed, I'm getting oscillations. So let me get back to normal rate and let the aircraft straighten out. So even with time lapse, then it's hard to complete this flight. I could go as much as 16 times, but I would need to be pretty steady. Okay, let's go. Let's try now. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 16. And I got some oscillations. Yes. And let's get back to you. So let's let the airplane settle back to flight level 290. So 16 is not doable. And let's let it level off. I'm watching the vertical speed tape. Let it get level. Come on now, get level. When it's oscillating this way, then the faster a time lapse, the more pronounced those oscillations are. At regular speed, look like I'm oscillating, my deflection is maybe 25, 50 feet. But if I speed up to twice, then it may jump from 25, 50 to 33, 66. Yeah, you can see how it's, and that's just twice. So, yeah, and then 4 times. And I probably come down to 1,000 feet, well, that's 500 feet, 400 feet. And then probably get 1,000 foot, a foot. Yeah, so that's not working. All right, so now so there's nothing. Now, if I didn't have any winds up here, then I probably could. I got a 27 knot crosswind, quartering crosswind, a cross tailwind. So once I make that turn at RBV, then I might be able to go 4 times without having a bunch of oscillations. But right now it's holding it flat on. It looks good. All right, so let's go twice now, see what happens. So now I'm doing twice and I'm looking good. No oscillations. All right, let's go. Let's try 4X. 4X ground speed. Slight oscillations. Of course, even though it's slight, as time go on, it may get more and more pronounced. Nope. I think my trims are able to adjust fast enough to hold it. And 8X, I probably can forget about it. All right, we're at 8X now. And I didn't think it could handle 8X. 16X. And back to 1X. Okay, so that's enough of that. Right. Enough of that. And let's see now. Stop recording. All right, so I'm recording on to make sure that you're not seeing that annoying traffic frame counter. I know you can see the little small one that X-Plane provides, but you learn not to see that. It's the stuff in the upper left-hand corner. You just kind of not notice. Okay, let's see. Let's do an outside. Let's do a flyby. And for some reason, I have not always been getting sound on the outside. Exterior sounds are up to max. And not a, let's try. Yeah, I don't know why I don't get outside sounds. And I've been meaning to post that in Flight Factor's Discord. But I've had this plane since I was part of the initial alpha testing team. So I've had this plane a long time, and I have reported some stuff to the developers, Flight Factor. But for the most part, oh, I got an FMC message. Let's see what that's about. Reset MCP alt. I don't know what that means. MCP, it just crashed. Okay, guys. There it is. There it is. All right, so until next time.
Y'all come back now. Cheers.